UNC training camp intensifies with full contact drills. Chapel Hill, North Carolina. As the North Carolina Tar Heels progress beyond the NCAA-mandated acclimation period, Coach Bill Belichick and his staff are keenly assessing the team's development, particularly on the defensive line. This position group is a significant question mark for the transformed UNC team ahead of the 2025 season. But we can't really do that until full practices and tackling, Belichick said. NCAA rules prohibit full contact drills until teams complete a 5-day acclimation period. After this, teams can have up to 3 days a week with live tackling, while at least 3 non-contact or minimal contact practices should be held in any 7-day period. The Tar Heels began training camp on August 2nd and are working towards their September 1 season opener against TCU. The defensive line has no returning starters or backups, and only one player, Tyler Thompson, among the 12 listed on the depth chart for the 2024 regular season finale. New UNC defensive coordinator Steve Belichick emphasized the importance of the defensive line. "I think the game really starts up front. The Tar Heels are starting over on the defensive line, after losing several key players to graduation and transfer portal exits. The team needs transfer additions CJ Mims, Isaiah Johnson, and DeAndre Robinson to anchor the interior, and transfers Price Yates, Melkart Abu-Jaude, and Smith Vilbert to produce on the edge. Vilbert, at 6'6" and 282 pounds, could toggle between outside and inside spots on the defensive line. For those guys, the more energy and the more juice that they have, the harder they play, the harder it makes it on the offense," Steve Belichick said, referring to defensive line play. "Everybody else is important, but when those guys play well up front, it makes everybody's job a lot easier." UNC's defensive front achieved substantial improvements in metrics such as pressure rate, sack rate, and havoc rate last season. However, the team allowed at least 34 points in 5 of their 7 losses, and finished outside the top 65 nationally in run defense across each of the past 5 seasons. "With this new coaching staff, everybody's just ready to learn," UNC defensive lineman Leroy Jackson said. "Everybody's just ready to compete and get better every day." Bill Belichick highlighted the difficulties of assessing defensive linemen during the early stages of training camp. "Without pads and without full contact, it's kind of hard to see exactly how that's going to go until you get to that point again." He added, "So much of interior offensive and defensive line play is based on pad level and leverage. Until you actually are going, it's kind of hard to tell exactly how it's going to turn out."